Alright, I want to do a little bucktail work. Big shocker. Uh, and let's do a little, Bob's Bucktail bunker action here. This is a little peanut bunker pattern that, is, from Bob Popovics. So, it's 7 ties, right? It's gonna be, what I like to do is I like to split the hook shank, since it's 7 ties, and I like to split the hook shank in half and do the 3 at the back, and then the 3 at the front. So, uh, that's the, kind of way to do it. Okay, so with this, right, we're not hollow tying, right? So I'm, not looking for sparse, right? I'm looking for realistic and, kind of full, not overdressed but full, right? So, I'm not going to strip out all the shorts, right? I'm going to leave the shorts, but I'm going to strip out the under fur, right? So we're going to take out the under fur, right? But we're going to leave the shorts. Okay. The first tie is going to be 360 degrees. Flush cut. We're not trying to flare any of the. We're gonna try our best to stop this, to not let this, hair flare. All these are gonna be. All these are gonna be. Yeah, that's pretty good. These are gonna be, flat ties, straight ties, right? But we're not going to try to flare the hair at all, right? But for this first one here, this 360 degree tie, we want to kind of make it high and tight a little bit, right? After we distribute it 360 degrees, we want to kind of make it a little bit high and tight. Not a lot, but just like a little bit. Definitely make sure there's more on the top and the bottom. And then as we work towards the front, we're going to increase it a little bit, and we're going to make it more. We're going to round out the silhouette as we move forward, right? All right, so these tie-ins here, we want to make sure that all this hair is tied in good. Scared me. I hate it when that happens. Catastrophe number 1. I would just switch bobbins, but my other bobbin's being used for something. But I don't know, if you don't break your thread, you're not tying. You're not pulling hard enough, right? Which, contrary to the video that I just put out, that it says you don't have to pull hard. Alright. Enough of that. Whoa. Hold on a second here. We got some wraparoundage. Can't have that. There we go. Okay. So That's a good thing about these flies, is that this kind of fly is like, it doesn't have a lot of tying, so that little bit of extra thread there is just going to get covered right up. Don't worry about it. Whoa. Okay. So I kind of like to make sure that this hair's getting where it's supposed to go. Okay. Now is the point where tie in some flash. I'm going to tie in some fluorescent yellow flash mixed with dark green. Wing and flash. When I'm working with Bucktail, this is the only flash I use. It's light, extremely light and wispy. It's like a lot, goes a long way. A little goes a long way. Really nice, really nice. So okay. So next tie, since we're gonna split the hook shank in half, right, like to here. So the next time we want like right here, right, and then the next one we want a little bit more forward, right. So let's tie this next one in right here. We want hair from the same place where we got this one, right? Right around the same place. And you want this one, you want to measure. This is not, that was way too much. See? You always want to measure everything, measure it. Make sure that it's like, kind of little fullness you want, but not overdressed, not a lot. There you go. Here's the amount. Perfect amount. You'll know when you find the perfect amount. Same deal. You clean out the fur on the bottom, the under hair, but not the. Now, with this, we want to measure it to here, right? Like to. I'm sorry here. Hold on. I'll show you. To like right here, right? This is where we want to measure to, right? But then we want to taper this, right? So, because I cut it off, it's all kind of squarish. So we want to introduce a little bit of taper here, right? See what I did? I just slid it between my fingers like this. And what that did was it tapered one side, right? So now when we tie it in, it'll be, we'll have taper, right? More taper. So I want to just measure that again really quick, even though it's good, yeah. And then flush cut everything, because we're gonna be, in a minute, we're gonna be cutting, we're gonna be we're gonna be tying things on top of each other, right? This second stack is only on the bottom. I don't know if I said that. This second stack here is gonna be only on the bottom. That's it. You always want to kind of tug on it, stroke everything, and make sure that there's no loose hairs, right? Oh, that's beautiful. See that? Beautiful taper. Right, okay, so the next one, we'll tag this with some glue here. Okay. Now the next one's going to be halfway point, right? Now this one we're going to tie on the top and the bottom. We're going to introduce the top First we're gonna tie on the bottom and then introduce the top color. So the stacks are getting shorter, or the belly stacks are getting shorter now. So this hair right here is really long, right? So like this is too long now. I'm gonna go to a different tail that has shorter hair, right? So it's just that simple. I measure with my fingers sometimes, you know? I look and I see, where's the taper gonna be? Right there. And then I just go to the tail and I'm like, okay, whoop. Easy pie. Easy as pie. Alright. Now this stack, we're gonna want to make sure that we distribute on the bottom and also the sides, but not the top, if that makes sense. It's gonna be on the bottom and you know, like if this is the hook joint, it's gonna be all the way on the bottom and on the sides. And then on the top is gonna be on the other half, right? It's gonna be 50-50, right? We're gonna do 50-50. Measure this up here. That's pretty good. Now again, we're gonna you always see me doing this. I'm doing. If any loose hairs just come loose, I just let them fall. That's it. They're not. I'm pinching them tight. Like you know, you gotta. This will build up the dexterity in your fingers, like tying on mono will. You know. Okay, here we go. Okay. Take the bottom with some glue. We're gonna put more wraps on top of this. Because now we're gonna introduce the top to like, we want some of the back hanging out there, the white in the back. I do. I like it to end about here. I think we're gonna do chartreuse in the back, and then fading into a dark olive in the front. It's hard to describe how much you should use. I can't just tell you exactly how much to use. You have to do it yourself. So, yeah, about there. And some more taper. I like to taper the top a lot, as much as I can. Okay. Take some glue. Now we're doing 3 more. We're gonna do one more. We're gonna do one on the belly right here. Alright. That comes to like about here. And then we're gonna do just past the hook point. And then we're gonna do a throat and then the top. And then we're gonna add some eyes. And then it's gonna be done. And it's gonna be awesome. So at any time too, you can change up the colors on these belly if you want. Maybe put yellow or pink in the belly, and excuse me, or do anything you want for the top. Again, taper it. Like that. Oh yeah. This guy's only on the bottom. Yeah. See that? See that? You see how you can see my hand through it? See? That's, in my opinion, I think that's what I'm after. I don't know though yet. So we'll find out. Okay. Now we're doing the throat, the top, and then we'll do, of course, some JC because it's me. Okay. Throat pretty short, right? Here to here. All right. But we want to try to add a little bit more each time, right? Like each time, each stack, I'm adding a little bit more, but not a lot, just a little bit, right? Because we want the head to kind of be round, right? Or try to get it a little round, as round as we can. It can be kind of hard. These sculpting flies, it's never it's never a given a gamble. It's always a gamble. It's never a sure thing whether it's going to come out or not, right? The with these flies, right? Like with something like a beast fly or a bucktail deceiver, you tie the fly and then boom, the silhouette just appears right out of nowhere because you've tied the fly, right? With these, you have to build the fly. You build the taper, and so it's a little bit more skillful. I don't know. I don't want to. All right. So tapering, right? About there, right? let's here. After I do a tag on the bottom, or a tie on the bottom, if I'm gonna do another one on the top, I usually add a little bit of glue before I go to the top. And then I add more glue, obviously. I like glue. CA plus glue with this mono thread is really good. Alright, now, this is going to be the thickest, biggest tie right here. We want to try to fill out this head a little bit, right? And want it to blend in. Want those 3 stacks on the top, right? To taper. Right? So. About there. Taper it. Make sure we taper it. Boom. There you go. We want to make sure that the bucktail is as secure as you can get it to, right? Like you can want to take care of that. Alright, let's pop these eyes on here and we'll whip finish this mother and call it a day, huh? What do you think? Only about this JC I always tie in, regular or tie in like normal and then fold the stem back. Why don't you tell me some of the olive slipped down a little bit on this side? It's okay. Not enough to be concerned with. That's it. Pull these stems back. Bada boom. Whip finish. Always whip finish twice. Cut these stems away. That's it. It's a very slick little bug, in my opinion. If you have, you know, a little threadfin shad, you can do it in silver. If you have little, you know, shiners, you can do it in tan back. You can do it in all kinds of different stuff. It's a really cool little thing, you know, and you learn good, cool skills too, right? When you tie like this. Now you give it a bath. You're gonna make sure all these bottom hairs are aligned here, and then we're gonna give it a bath and hang dry it. All right, and then it's gonna be a pretty cool little bug. All right, you can still see my shirt through it. See? All right, there it is. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed that. All right, it did slip down a little bit on that side. You see? Look, it slipped down a little bit. All right, but that's okay. That's okay. They're never gonna notice, right? That's all right. I'll put it in the vise like this so you can. It looks a lot better from that side. All right, folks. It'll look great after the bath. All right. Thanks for watching.